Park the inside and Danley sandwiched between that pair. They're about to turn. There's been no pressure applied to Haylist as they run for home now. Boss about to turn the screws, led by a length and a half Melito, and then came Alberta getting a split in the centre from Shootout, Heart of Dreams. Hinchinbrook coming down the outside, but Haylist bounding it away. He's 3 lengths in front of Melito. Hinchinbrook's coming right down the outside, and then Heart of Dreams, but it's all Haylist with 150 to go. Hinchinbrook runs to second out in the middle of the track, beautifully rated right in front. He runs the 1400 out and coasts in. It's Haylist first. Photo for the Miners. Hinchinbrook or Heart of Dreams, and then Melito, followed by Shootout, and then at the head of the others, Danley, Centennial Park, Alberta.
Did it again. I got to turn myself on. Sorry, Grant.
That's all right, Adrian.
It is Pro Group Racing. It is Show Us Your Tips. It is All Age Stakes Day, and that was Haylist actually winning. Not often I get to play him winning a race. So usually
Yes.
he's chasing a pretty good mare. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome if it's your first time to Show Us Your Tips. Through Pro Group Racing, I believe they've sent out a mailing list today, so they're getting us on board and pumping us up a little bit more as well. So first time on board, subscribe to us on YouTube if you're watching here. You'll find us on Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, and on iHeartRadio now as of last night. So we're up there as well. You can find us anywhere you need to listen to us in your car if you want to be out walking the dog, whatever you might be doing. Beaver, Daggy here to look at Randwick and Caulfield tomorrow. How's things, Beaver?
Yeah, very good, mates. Living the dream.
Yeah.
Busy enough.
Yeah. Tough, probably a bit of a tough watch midweek for us.
I thought we did okay.
Found Mollycoddle, which was a nice result.
Yeah, we got a couple of early ones, but it was always going to be a tough card.
Yeah, probably gave Canterbury a bit too much credit, and I think I'll be getting back to the rails in run scenario from now on, which is fine.
Yep.
We retune and fire again, but we'll head to Randwick.
We got Cork Harbour. I took that one led all the way. So got a few
just
good
missed on a couple that odds are down south as well.
Yeah,
so
it was a bit nasty, but all good.
All good. We'll get to Randwick though, where the rail is in the 6 metre mark to the 1,000, and then the 4 metre mark for the remainder. I can't ever remember seeing a setup like that, but wary of on pace. I assume there's no English horses running tomorrow, so I assume it will be a good track.
Let's hope so.
So
gave them a spray on midweek.
Yeah.
So they better not. Well, you won't know, but they've rated good 4. It seems to be standard good 4 rating. It wasn't good 4 last week, but that's what they said. Let's hope it's a bit better, given that we've have no rain.
Yep.
Haven't overwatered the track. It's been pretty good weather, the good days.
Yeah.
So hopefully it's a genuine good 4 and gives every horse a chance. But you'll probably want to have a look and see what they do later in the day. If they start getting to the middle of the track, then it's...
With rail on the 6, usually for sort of lanes 8 through 9, 10 are traditionally the best ones there. So perhaps up and off for the day, but we'll see. I've treated it as largely fair, and we'll give them the benefit of doubt for today. We kick off, though, with the Vale Neville Late Highway. Did you have a thought in the highway?
Of course I did. I did, didn't you?
No? Go for it. Yeah, I know exactly. Hang on. I've got it. I know what's going to be. Go on, tip him.
Yeah, I'm going to go CEASEFIRE from Mazzara.
I don't have my alarm ready. Oh, rookie mistake.
I thought you had to have that ready for me. I like the country trained Mazzara horses coming to the city. I like them in the country as well. It's got Craig Williams aboard. Craig Williams has gone to ride one in the Tamworth Cup for him today, which I think will be very hard to beat as well. But in fairness, this horse had a really soft trial and won really well. First up at Tamworth, kicked their brains in, B6, and then won very comfortably again by a couple of lengths at Muswellbrook. So, look, I think it's probably the horse to beat. Stepping up to the 1,200, 330 at this stage, I'm happy to play.
Yeah, not much more to add. It looks like a stylish type. It's a big beast of a thing, and I was given a chance at Hawkesbury the other week, so didn't spend a lot of time on this race because it was the first of the day, so I don't really need to worry about it in terms of qualities and that, but happy to follow you in there for once with the Williams Mazzara team.
Thank you, Adrian.
Let's get to race 2. The next half of this card looks like it should be at Canterbury on a Wednesday, to be honest with you. But it is the Group 3 Mostyn Cooper Stakes for the fillies over the 1,400 metres, and some informed horses here. Are you with the Flying Waller pair?
Yeah, I am with the Flying Waller pair. I tipped KIKU as a real danger last start, coming from midweeks to Saturday class race, and thought if it could let down and had it that it did in the first 2 runs would be hard to beat, and it did. Was pretty explosive again. Sort of gate 5, I think, gets the right run here. Will sit in the running line. The track should probably suit, and I think it's going to be pretty powerful at the end again. So I think KIKU's probably the horse to beat.
Yeah, freshened up back to 14 shouldn't be a problem. I think,
so,
the market's right. Interesting that J-Max on Matchmaker, but they both won on them last start, so maybe not too much to read into in the jockey bookings.
Yeah.
Market's in the right order. KIKU's flying, and Matchmaker produced some very good figures to beat an inform horse who you'll probably tip in Queensland in about half hour's time. I'm tipping in Marbusha. But I would give Geist a lot more credit, but I just know it's going to be last, and Rachel King, who's probably not with us at the moment, to be honest. So, yeah, the two Waller horses, the two that I'm building in the early quaddy, KIKU from Matchmaker as well. Race number 3, perhaps the worst Frank Packer plate I've ever seen. I'm in a positive mood today.
You are?
Group 3 over the 2,000 metres for the 3-year-olds. We see a couple coming back from the Derby. I know a good friend of the show, Trent, is declared that KIKU can't be beat. I disagree. But what do you think?
What do you got?
I'm not interested in the race at all, to be honest. Yeah. But I've got, I think I have to put Lions Raw on top by default. I don't like the, $1.90 now?
Nah.
Don't like the price. But there's literally nothing else in this race. I'm actually going to have High Supremacy. The main danger was unlucky over the 1600 behind KIKU. Got cleaned up about the 300 metre mark and hit the line pretty well. I think it's a very good danger. I don't like the top 2 for me. I don't like grand final and then sort of afterthought a week later. So that's the concern there, which means number 3, High Supremacy. He probably just goes on top, but have to give massive respect, obviously, to Lions Raw, and KIKU has to run third because there's nothing else in the race.
Yeah, I think your assumption there is pretty good. It's hard to get it. Like Lions Raw probably does look to be the obvious favourite there, and the market looks to have lined it up pretty good. It's probably skinnier than you want purely because there's only 3 horses in the market here, and that's just how the numbers balance up. So, yeah, I did think High Supremacy was the main danger, similar to you. But you try and look at these horses, and you're looking for something that says that they're at their end of the prep and things like that. But they've only had 4 and 3 starts each, so. They should be at sort of good fitness levels for a race like this. Tough race. Yeah,
the Racing New South Wales maps have KIKU mapping leaders back behind Santa Deal. So we'll be in front in the run, but I just think Lions Raw's a better horse.
Yep.
Simple as that. Let's get to race 4, the JRA plate over the 2,000 metres. Another Group 3. They may as well have smushed these 2 races together and at least made it interesting. Look, Zaki came up shorter than I would have wanted. I can't believe it's $2.50.
Yep.
But it had the flashing light in the Doncaster. But there's a weird feeling there when it goes around hundreds one week and then it's $2.50 the next, and I can't really compute that. So
me too.
Look, Entente is going to run well. It beat home. It ran second to Shared Ambition, beat home the Mythovus Hawks horse, who I've just forgotten its name. Anyway. You don't need to worry about it. So we'll lead here, and we'll be very hard to get past. The more I looked at the race, and the more I didn't like anything. I thought maybe Hangman's the obvious one I'm missing. It beat home Persan. If Persan was here, would be clamouring to back it.
Yep.
It's $7.50. It will get back in the field, but honestly, this is a bunch of beat up horses. So I'm going to go with Entente, the leader, and then Hangman. Through the hot race with Persan and Muhammad Days came out and won, finishing behind Hangman. And you're getting $7.50 to find out. I think you can't miss a place in this race.
Yeah, I went for Hangman as well. I thought the $7.50 was good odds. It's 4 runs in this prep, or last 4 runs so far this prep have been really good. And it's got form through good-lined horses. And as you said, horses like Passan would be fairly hot in a race like this. So bringing it to Sydney, good track, 2,000 metres, I think it'll probably get the right speed with Entente going along okay. Waterhouse stable worries me a little bit there, so Hangman for me.
Yeah, cool. Value. I think at the end of the day, I think we both agree that's the bet in the race, really.
Yep.
So well done there. Good. And Master of Wine was the awful horse. I was trying to remember its name. that Entente beat home last start.
That's Trent's favourite part of the show, when you can't recall a horse's name.
Yeah, what he just shouts at me.
Yeah, he just
Daggy's. I usually remember about 2 a.m. So from now on I'll start messaging you when I remember. Wait till you're 35, Trent.
Yeah, that's it.
I drink a lot. The Tab Hallmark Stakes over the 1,200 metres, Group 3. This isn't a bad little race, actually.
Yeah,
Alpha Oro's staying in Caulfield, I believe, was the news today, which means Splintex and Easy Eddie, according to this map, will roll forward. I'm going to go... Signore Fox was obviously a nice return, but never done ink. Second up, I'm going to go with the obvious, the A grade, 11-11, straight chasing Nature Strip, hot race. Was sort of stuck on the inside as well, finished okay. It's been trialling like a bomb before that, and was 3 impressive wins before that. I imagine it's going towards something like a Stradbroke.
Yeah, 100%.
So 11-11, easy bet for me to have. None of the blue colours have really done a lot this prep, I haven't thought. So nearly one of the better bets today. Now with Alpha Oro out, I thought it was the only danger. I think Splintex can improve. But yeah, 11-11 on top for me.
Yeah, look, it's the only race it's the only horse in this race that would have put up a decent effort in the Nature Strip race. I think if you go back and watch the run, as you said, it wasn't that bad a run, and I think the jock got off and was pretty happy with the effort.
I'd say it's probably what they expected out of that run.
Yep, 100%. So, I think they got a bit of an opinion of this horse, and I think it'll be very hard to beat in a race like this.
Let's get to the first of the Group 1s in the first leg of the quaddie. The Melton Chandon Champagne Stakes over the mile for the 2-year-olds. Won last year by King's Legacy, in the past Castle Vecchio, Guelph, Helmet, Piero. Last few years, though, it seems to be a bit of an afterthought. How have you lined up this market?
Yeah, interesting market. Again, you've got 3 horses in single figures, and then everything gets out into double figures odds with horses that pretty much haven't won a race or haven't shown a lot. I really liked the win of Converge last week. I thought it was pretty easy, and won that race pretty easy. But it did get the right set and the right run there. But I've got that down to be super hard to beat. And Captivant is showing all signs of a next start horse. Sometimes worries me with these types of horses, but gets out to 1,600 here. It was a little bit... I'm just a little bit worried where it gets to in the run here. Drawn on the inside. A bit worried about the inside, and then gets pushed back and then has to get the run. Maybe Converge might be just off and gone. And it's got too much ground to make up. So for that reason, I've gone for Converge.
I agree. Again, Trent's declared Captivant overnight. But why isn't this going to be exactly the same as last week, where it's just going to sit on Maurice Medad's back? There'll be no pace. Halal's going to be out the back again. Probably flash home and everyone go, oh, well, should have won. But Converge will be just pop off the back at the 300 and... you're going to have to get a good run for your money at $6.
You're going to get a good run for your money. I think
exactly the 200
right.
You're going to be very cosy with at least being in play in the finish. You're also getting Waterhouse Horse on a 7-day backup, so that's another tick. And apart from that, I'm actually saying the danger is the fresh blood in Gin Martini, who flashed home in the safe race. I know, again, that was the leader's rail day, but it... had to swing back to the inside and was very impressive, hidden line well, and just completely different form. John Sargent does a good job with these girls. So I'm saying Gin Martini around the $11 is the danger, and obviously respect to the 2 at the top of the market. They, that's the obvious form line. They're obviously going to, if they're here and ready to go, they'll run well as well.
Yep.
The all-age stakes over the 1,400 metres is race number 7, where we see Masked Crusader, the favourite, off the supposedly unlucky Nature Strip run. I couldn't imagine he would have beat Nature Strip, whatever one he had that day, but that's fine. Do you think he'll win this, though?
Oh, I think it's super hard to beat, but I haven't tipped Masked Crusader on top. I think it's just been a little bit all over the place. It's Sydney, Melbourne, Sydney, different distances. I'm not sure 1,400 is the best distance for Masked Crusader.
Yeah.
I think it's more suited. It's more explosive at the 1,200. I think Savatiano. This race looks a really good setup for Savatiano. It goes very well fresh, and they've freshened it up since its win at the start of March. So it's almost been 6 or 7 weeks off. It's 1-6 out of.
Well, this is a clear target.
Yep.
You can tell for Savatiano as opposed to, again, perhaps an afterthought for Masked Crusader.
It's 1-6 from 9 first up. Goes good at the distance, goes good at the track. Probably sits, gets a really good run. And it's going to, again, Masked Crusader's going to be giving this horse a bit of a start. So probably sits just up on the pace.
Probably Dreamforce is back, if not outside Dreamforce.
Yep, so it probably just gets the right tag. I think at $6.50, you're going to get a huge sight for your money here. Cascadian was obviously very good last start, so it's going to be flashing home. And I did like the run of Prague. So $21, I think Prague's really good value in this race as the youngster on the way up. That's the way I'm looking at it.
I agree with everything you said about Savatiano. The big improve here is going to be Colding. Back on a dry. It needs a dry track. It's going to really improve from its last few starts. Definite respect to Masked Crusader, but it's going to be, gate 12, you know where Tommy Berry's going to take it. He's riding well at the moment, but you know where it's going to end up, and you know where where the Hawks team are going to tell him to have it. So
yeah, and that's the problem for Cascadian. It's going to be, again, gate 1, which we talked about last race. It's going to get probably back and stuck a little bit. It's going to be worse than midfield, I would have thought, and therefore it's going to need a bit of luck around the turn.
And just the other sort of outside chances for me, I'll mention I Am Superman's going well again, fresh for this. I'm not interested in the 3-year-olds, and I'll decide later whether I throw Zutori in a quaddie as well. But I think we've covered the main chances there.
Yeah, 100%.
Race 8 is the Randwick 100, the benchmark 100. What a buffet this is if you're looking for a bet. Where is you going to be looking for a bet? With my good English there.
Yeah, it was very good, mate. What was the question?
Tip a horse, damn it.
Too good. Star Spangled Rodeo for me. I think its form this prep has just been outstanding. Last 5 starts, hasn't been out of the first 2. Again, in similar fields, it's shown that it's very versatile. So last start, it sat up on the pace and held on and won, and beat a pretty decent horse in Great News.
It might have a wingman here in Cuba that's going no good, and might just act as a bit of a roadblock too for some people.
Some of the other starts, it got out of its ground and flashed home as well.
I think it leads here, or they've got it mapped to lead here.
And so it'll be interesting what tactics Pa does use on it. But from gate 5, it's certainly, you probably think more likely to go forward than back. Batego, it's a horse that can show up. 2 runs in, gets to Cherry Ripe tomorrow, being 3rd up. Yep. It's ready to go, drawn 6, so it could be sitting just behind Star Spangled Rodeo and give it a big shake. And I thought Rocket Clock was showing a bit more in its last 2 runs, drawn the outs or near enough the outside here. So it could be a horse finishing on with the right speed on. Yeah,
last, and again, Rachel King back to last was the knock I had there. Yep, I think you found the first 2. I'll give Facetos a mention as well. Usually goes pretty well fresh. Trolled okay. Hugh Bowman this time of the day is the other one around $8.50 mark to the 2 you've mentioned. And Arapeo, the import, has trialled okay for this. The Bjorn Craig Williams French horse. So the other decent enough trial, which isn't a horse that I particularly like, but it's $26, is Lure Me In. Yeah. It'll go in the quaddie as a knockout, but it's not a horse I ever catch.
No, me either.
But Star Spangled, Bateka, Facetos, the big 3 for me.
Yeah, you can't get me with Facetos. That's just...
No, that's fine, and has been munching for a while there.
Oh, yeah, it's just one of those most annoying horses ever.
Yeah. So we'll see what Huey can get out of it there. And we'll finish the day with the Fujitsu General Sprint over the 1,200 metres, where we see a couple of impressive midweek horses come to Saturday grade in Lost and Running and Selena Dreaming off the demolition last time. How are you going to play the race? Or you want me to go first?
Yeah, no, it's fine. Good little race, actually. Really keen to watch it and see how this one pans out. I've gone for the second favourite, Selena Dreaming. I was a little bit disappointed with Lost and Running last start. I know it got to the front probably a little bit too early.
You know what it is? I don't understand. I thought it went further. It looked like once it got out of its ground, that was over 12. I thought it looked like a 1,400 metre horse.
Yep.
And what's it back now? It's just stayed at the same distance. That's a concern for me.
Yeah, that was a concern for me. It's Enchanted Heart just went past it pretty easy, I thought.
And he's here on a more favourable track and $10.
Yeah, that's right. So for that, I was just a little bit. I thought it might be a little bit under the odds, given its last run. It was just not a run that just went,
Yeah.
It was odds on, had the right run to win that race, and when it let down, it didn't let down as good as what I thought, and the other thing just blew past it. Selena Dreaming was very, very impressive first up. Gets a good draw here. Pretty much cruised home last start at Warwick Farm.
And I found Bellucci Babe off that run, which went to Hawkesbury and won it a good price.
Yeah, and prior to that, trialled really well, and its form last prep was pretty good. So I think it's very hard to beat.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm putting more profits on top. I think it can camp off both of the big two here, and was pretty impressive in last prep. Trial again, okay. I know it's essentially midweek to Saturday grade, and Robbie Dolan goes on, but around the $6-7 mark I thought was a reasonable bet, just away from those two favourites. Everything you said about Celine Dreaming is right, and everything you said about Lost and Running means that you have to like Enchanted Heart here in a quaddie around $10 when Segalus is the other Saturday horse, so that'll go in the quaddie when we get to that in a sec.
Yeah, well, more profits has got to be hard to beat, mate. He's never been out of the money in 8 starts. That's always good form, and
nice mare, and I think can hopefully get a camp and home for us in the last. Let's wrap up. Should we do our quaddie first? We'll do a team quaddie again.
Yeah, let's do a team quaddie, mate.
All right, you can veto as we go. I had 1, 2, 3, and 14 in the first leg.
That's fine.
Into 1, 2, 5, 9, and 10.
1, 2, 5, 9, 10.
2, 5, 9, 10, which is Colding, Masked Crusader, I Am Superman, Savatiano.
I'll let you have that.
Who was 5? Oh, Cascading goes in as well, yep. And then second last, we'll go 3, 6, 8, 9, and 13, which is not Curador. What am I doing here? Let's make it Bottega. 4, Bottega. 6 Faistos, 8 Lure Me In, 9 Star Spangled, and 13 Arapaheo. But I'm happy to take out Faistos if you're really
out Faistos in Rocket Clock, mate.
Okay, we'll swap that. So that'll be 4, 6. I'll recap the numbers in 4, 6, 9, 12, 13, and home with 1, 2, 12, and 15, which is the 4 we discussed.
Yep.
Lost and Running, Enchanted Heart, Selena Dreaming, and more profits. So 1, 2, 3, and 14 into 1, 2, 5, 9, and 10 into 4, 6, 9, 12, 13. Home with 1, 2, 12, and 15. For progretracing.com.au, my best today will be 11-11. And my value is the couple we mentioned in the second last race. So for me, Faistos, Bottega, around $8.50 mark. How are you playing your day?
Yep, my best is 11-11 as well.
Oh, it's scary.
That is scary, at around the 350, 360 mark. And my value bet comes up in race 7, number 10, Savatiano, around the $6.57 mark at the moment.
Very nice. As I've said, check out progretracing.com.au if you have not already for their free tips and extensive guides, and jump on their mailing list so you can be notified whenever some news comes out and our shows go up. You'll be told about that. Let's head to Caulfield, where the rail is in the 8 metre mark. It was off the rails last week. That was in the True, I believe. So you couldn't really make ground. I'm thinking fresher ground back to the inside. We'll see how that races. We'll kick off with the 1,100 metre 2-year-old fillies race, where I am going to put Gimme Par on top. I think it's favourite, though. So
yeah, there's been a fair few scratchings here.
Okay, I haven't
so
seen
it's come
them.
into $1.60 now.
Wow, okay.
$1 Billion Baby and Isles of Avalon. Both been scratched.
Well, $1.60, I think it wins, but I'll probably want better on the day. I think you'll probably get better than that.
Yeah.
Very nice debut behind Ingratiating, who obviously went on and placed in a golden slipper. Race, anything to add?
No, nothing.
Race 2 for the 3-year-old fillies over the mile. What do you reckon? Is Brooks Spy still in?
Yeah, Brooks Spy is still in, and quite interesting. It was
Sit next to me for too long.
yeah, I know. Gibbering on. Scratched midweek to go down to Melbourne is an interesting play. I think it's going to be super hard to beat here. We know the Sydney horse is going to Melbourne, perform well. It's drawn 4, should get the right run and be the hardest to beat. So yeah, I'm quite happy to play Brooks Beer.
I'm going to put Perfect World on top. Sat outside lead in the listed race over in Adelaide last time. Just nabbed by, or couldn't quite reel in, Ecumenical, who's a reasonable, group class mare over there. So around the $4.50 mark. Mark Zara on, I think, rolls forward and goes close to leading this or sitting on Pride of Jenny's back. And just wanted it at a price who resumed quite nicely, and the stable's always had an opinion of his Yatton in the 20s. It was a spruik horse all the way through last prep. It got smashed on resumption just when it broke its maiden. It's just a little bit off fuel more than anything else, but at 20s, happy to find out if it's got much to offer. It might be on the way up to Queensland.
The Oaks, didn't it?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
And they rated that all the way through. They thought she was a better horse than Salto Angel and the other couple he had heading towards that way.
That's a good find down there, mate. I think I might have a
So just a little just a spec bet, but at 20s, happy to find out.
Yeah, nice.
Race 3 is a benchmark 70 over the 1800 metres, where I passing. Have you got anything to add?
Nah.
For the sake of mentioning a horse, I'll probably have something small on Our Chevalier and my stable, Jazz Star from the Peter Chow stable at each way, big odds, but yeah, not a race I will be overly invested in. Race number 4 over the 1100 metres. Interesting race. We see the unbeaten Marabi come to Saturday grade. It is only 78, but still Saturday grade. Are you with the favourite or are you looking elsewhere?
No, I am with the favourite. 3 from 3. It's unbeaten. Won every one. Really raced pretty easy. Last start, the last 600 was outstanding. Probably just burns across here, does it?
I think so.
And it's going to be really hard to run down. So, yeah, good horse on the way up. Super hard.
Bit of pace underneath. Hecker Express and Quesadilla will both roll forwardish, but yeah, and She's a Thief. But I think it'll go close. It'll sit somewhere up there.
Yep, 100%. And a horse, maybe a horse like Plaquette being the main danger if the pace is on and something needs a bit of a sit.
I think the danger's in Trepidatious. Some sensational trials. Won first up last time off some good trials as well. Was chasing around Stolen Jade when that horse was flying at the time. Claim as well brings it in about the same weight as Marabi. I think they're the two. Happy to play both of them at the current prices.
Yeah, right.
Race 5 for the 3-year-olds, 1200 metre race. A good 1200 metre race with some nice resumers. Scratchings, no, all clear at the moment.
Oh, no, there's a few.
What do we got?
Mortal Love's out. Opalescence.
Trade
Win.
Okay.
Big day out.
Well, I was giving Immortal Love a chance here off resumption, but that'll leave me with, I thought All of Brighton was super impressive. Toweling up everyone but Minhaj last time in the lead up to this. And there's a good horse resuming here in Tidius. Ollie's booked for the resumption. Rolls forward here. Maybe a wet tracker, but does have a soft, good win. Just had an end of prep run chasing Doubtland in the Danehill in a Group 2 last spring. But coming here to town for Lindsay Smith, I think's a good bet as well. What about yourself?
Yeah, I thought this was a really good race. I thought this was super open race. Probably 5 or 6 really good chances in this. You got Tidius resuming, gate 13, probably gets to cut me in a couple now, so that'll help. Again, I wasn't... The track, how it's playing, will have a big bearing on a race like this. And given the way the track played last week, I went for Winsome. Back at Cranbourne, won really well, and I really did like its run last start. Even though all of Brighton beat at home, I thought it had a really tough run and didn't quite get. It was more suited for the swoopers that day, where I think this race may be better suited here. Meets all of Brighton a little bit better on the weights. Jai McNeil aboard. Gate 6, I'm thinking that it just might get the better run here. And I'd also be having a few dollars on, I think, our Shoud, is it how you say it? Number 13?
Our Shoud, yeah. Our Shoud.
Yeah, so it's a couple of nice runs in its first preparation, and then had a really good, looked good in a jump out. Gets back in the field, which is a little bit of a worry, but did win in fast time when it broke its maiden status first starts. Could be one to keep an eye on.
Shoud is French for hot water.
Hot water.
You've learned something today
in
our English class.
Yes. Thank God for Google.
Yeah. How dare you? That was year 8 French class.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get to the start of the quaddie, which is a 1,200 metre benchmark 84. Superium is in this race, so I'm not talking about it. I'm going to mute myself and let you talk.
It's not getting me. Fell in last start, not falling in here probably makes it a good thing. Interesting, Alpha Oro has been kept in Melbourne. First start was pretty good. This is a pretty weak field compared to that. If Superium is second favourite, so for me, Alpha Oro at $4 is a really, really good price.
Yep, cool. That's all I'm saying. The Mahari medals, it'll probably win Alpha Oro. The race 7, the 2,000 metre race, we see all our old favourites here. But we do see Muhammad Ace on the quick backup, who I'll still put on top. Maybe a bit grindy through the line last time, just nabbing it right at the end.
You couldn't come from where it came
but
on the track.
Yeah, that's right. So, again, quick backup here. Is it 3 runs in 3 weeks now? No, had the 2 weeks before that.
I think actually
Muhammad
Ace led us down the garden path last start. I think it'll win because it was the first race of the day, which I made it my best of the day, and it swooped the field and won. And as you said, looked to have ground away in a part of the track where they just didn't make ground the rest of the day. So I thought the win was outstanding once I saw the rest of the races. So let's hope the track doesn't play like that again and meets pretty much all the same horses. I guess if the track suits leaders, Inverloch could be hard to beat again. And Brimham Rocks was really good first up, but it's a horse that likes to run second.
Yeah, well, I think $3 Muhammad Ace is a bet. I think that's probably a fair way to look at it. And I think Yonkers will improve back onto the dry. And I think, I like what you said about Brendan Rocks. It'll improve second up as well. So if it's not the Wallatu, I think Muhammad Ace can win again here.
Yeah.
So
it's super hard to beat.
Nice work. Race 8, 1,400 metre listed race, the anniversary Vase. What do you reckon?
Yeah, another good affair with 3 horses, very tight in the market. I've gone for the second favourite, Missile Mantra. Yeah, I thought it was a really nice win first up. Was backed into the market and didn't let the punters down. It was pretty convincing. Thought if it could repeat anything like that, it's going to be super hard to beat, and probably the main danger, be good to your mother.
Groundswell's gone to Adelaide, hasn't it?
Groundswell's gone to Adelaide.
Cool. Yeah, I agree. And this field's small enough where it can sit close enough and reel him in, as long as there's no real tricks in the track. I'm with Missile Mantra as well. You covered off that quite well. We'll wrap the day up with the mile, and what do we do with this mile? Benchmark 84. Some horses in decent form here. One of your favourites actually is here, Duke of Plumpton, but I'm going to give Pesto another chance. We're just too far back.
Scratch, mate.
I don't need to give Pesto another chance. I'll look towards
just come out.
Then I probably end up putting Legend of Zorro on top. I know it's going midweek to Saturday grade, but it's been pretty impressive all the way through. Mark Zara getting control from gate 12. Probably sits outside or just in front of Taviron, and maybe can go all the way. Fair bit of pace here, but which I thought was a good thing for Pesto. But yeah, not really that keen on the race now, to be honest. Like the last leg of the quad.
I thought the same as you. I thought hopefully there's a lot of pace on in this race, and I thought hopefully that will set it up for a horse like Don't Doubt Dory. Thought it hit the line really well first up. The extra distance here really suits. Drawn 4. Hopefully it doesn't get too far out of its ground and might be able to produce a good enough finish to come over the top of these. And if it's more suiting some of the on pace, then a horse around $13 in blinder. Trialled well and then backed that up with a really nice win at Caulfield first up.
Actually backed it first up.
Beat Pesto,
yeah. Kicking myself, I didn't tip it in PCTC, but that's a different story. Very good. Are we going to do a quaddie for Caulfield, or do you think a bit tricky down there?
Let's have a crack, eh?
You can drive this one?
You can drive and you can put the line through my tips.
All right.
I'm going to go 1, 3, 4, and 8 in the first leg.
Throw him in so I don't go mad.
No, he's not going in.
All right.
He's not going in.
All right, I'll put... I'm always happy to go 4 or 1 out, but no, throw him in. Keep going.
Yep.
Race, leg 2.
Leg 2, we're going to go for 1, 2, 4, 9.
Yep, okay. Leaving the 12 out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I shouldn't because it's my mate.
Yeah.
But I'm going to.
What's the mail?
No.
Not ready?
Prisca's horse.
Oh, I thought you were the owner.
No.
It is your mate, yeah. Sorry.
In the next, I'm going just to go 5, 6, 7. Oh, no, 5. Sorry.
Yep. 5, 6, 7's fine with me.
And 3. We've got to have Be Good to Your Mother.
Yeah, okay.
I'm happy to leave the 7 out. 5, 6,
Yeah,
3.
me too. Yeah, me too. And we'll wrap up
In the last, we will go 5, 7, 9, 11, and 16.
Yeah, all right. I'm fine with that. No Legionnaire? Yeah, it's not with us. All right, cool. Sounds good. Your best, I'll go first. My best and value, my best is actually Miss Mantra on a tricky day. And my value, I'm going to make it in Trepidatious. I think it'll run well at about $8.50 mark. What about yourself?
I just lost what I was going to say then, mate.
Okay.
But I'll find it again.
Talk about yourselves, punters.
My best of the day is coming up in race number 4, Marabi. And my value bet of the day comes up in race 9, number 9, Don't Doubt Dory.
Yeah, nice. I'll quickly mention that Anavisto is going over to Morpheville and will win race 6, number 6.
Yep.
And Groundswell will be very hard to beat too in, I believe, race 7. How is the King in the North looking at Doomben?
The King of the North is looking okay, mate. This is what I've got for you. I'm going to work backwards.
Okay, just make it easy for me.
Make it easy for you. Race 9, number 15, Skins.
Yep.
I like in the last. Think that'll be really hard to beat. I am slightly concerned about the 11. I think that's a danger axe, but it's drawn 16. It's drawn the car park. But it won well at Gold Coast last start. Race 8, number 1, Simply Fly, was absolutely moral beaten last start. Hopefully he can turn it around.
So not with Marbusha?
There is no Marbusha.
Number 11 in that race has been scratched.
It's been
okay,
scratched.
Carry on.
So no, I'm not with Marbusha.
Yeah, story checks out.
Story checks out. Race 6, number 1, Tycoon Evie will be super hard to beat, flying at the moment, and can't go without tipping race 5, number 3, the Candyman.
Okay, you can tip him.
Candyman's back tomorrow.
You reckon?
Yeah.
You have nothing to beat him, but okay, cool. Back up there will help.
Yeah, 100%.
Very good. This has been Show Us Your Tips for progroupracing.com.au. As I've said, check them out. Subscribe there. Subscribe to us. Find us wherever good podcasts are found, as well as on YouTube and on our Facebook page. Good luck tomorrow, punters. Good luck, Beaver. And we'll see everyone for the midweek preview Tuesday night.
Thanks, mate.